Your question kind of went to how do we prevent a backlash from the communities who feel disenfranchised and underrepresented and who latched onto a candidate like Trump. And I think it's to engage those communities directly, to look them in the face and say, I see you. What I hope that our movement will continue to focus on is looking at the communities of color and low-income communities around the world who are going to be hit first and worst by these tragedies, and have them help us figure out what are the best ways forward to ensure that we have a transition that really is just and really does help grow our economy. I think that's where we're going to have to keep our focus, is at the state and local level, and watch how these resilient communities are doing amazing things. But I wanted to start off with some good news. So there were a number of local and state ballot initiatives and candidates who were elected. And so I wanted you to know about them. You know, water protection, some of the local water protection efforts are actually getting at coal mining or fracking. In Portland, Oregon, they put a moratorium on all new fossil fuel infrastructure. So not like gas stations, but oil trains and pipelines and that kind of thing. We increased the minimum wage in Arizona, Colorado, Maine, and Washington. We defeated an anti-solar ballot initiative in Florida. We banned fracking in Monterey County, California, which is the first major oil producing county that actually was able to ban fracking. And we have 4 women of color in the Senate. So not all is lost. In Washington state, there was a price on carbon on the ballot, and several environmental organizations actually moved away from it because of the lack of stakeholder engagement up front. And so I think that's why it failed. I think in big part why there wasn't enough real grassroots support around it. And I think that's a really important story that's as old as time. When we tried to fight the logging industry in Oregon to protect the spotted owl, we should have been engaging the workers. We should have been working for a solution that engaged the people whose lives were at stake. And I absolutely think we must do that in anything that we do. Speaking of resiliency, that would be another one, investing in adaptation and resiliency, infrastructure, emergency planning, that kind of thing, as communities are going to have to work together to literally weather the extreme weather events that we're going to see. Helping get your state renewable portfolio standard, helping incentives at the state level. I think there's a lot of hope